Well done, the energy companies. They're full of bright ideas to help their customers. Now they've made power so expensive that for an average house such as this, you can't afford to heat it. So you don't need appliances such as this. But that means you also don't need a fridge, because you can keep your groceries cool and fresh without it. The house is cold enough. Well done, chaps.
Right, I've struggled with my conscience, and I've looked through the archives and so on. One of the things that I am quite anxious about is that we have not got a picture when we show video that is acceptable this morning, and so it's one of those things which we have to deal with. What I'm going to do is to just chat to you for 5 more minutes or so, and then we'll call this a Toodle Pip. But one of the things that has happened overnight is that a really favourite of everybody popped his clogs. He performed his final waltz. Len Goodman, who wormed his way into the hearts of absolutely everybody who had anything to do with the entertainment industry or loved watching about the entertainment industry. And he was a great, great fan and a great, great pull for Strictly Come Dancing. Now, I've got some funny video of me being taught to dance by 2 professional ladies. I couldn't, in the short period of time that I had, I couldn't actually find it. Otherwise, I was going to risk the bad picture and play it. But I'm not going to risk a bad picture because it's not fair to you. And it means I've got to replay some of this stuff again because you didn't see it the first time around, even though it was on screen. So we'll just, for the moment, forget anything special about dancing and so on and so forth, except here there are some quotes from Len Goodman. And I thought I might just read out 2 or 3 of them to you, because he was a master of wit as well as a master of dance, and this is it was like a cow pat on Country File, hot and steamy. And that was to Eden Rani and Gleb Savechko after their tango to Cell Block Tango. Oh, yeah. He is a master of words. There were like 2 sizzling sausages on a barbecue. Your bum was bionic. To Kelly Bright after her salsa with Kevin Clifton. It was like watching a stork who'd been struck by lightning. That was kindly to Jeremy Vine and Karen Clifton doing a jive to Splish Splash. And he's going on 1 or 2 more. You were like a chess master. You plotted your way around that floor. That was a mango of a tango. Delicious. On J. Maguire, Guinness, and Aliona tango that they did together. There are 2 things I don't like in this world: babies crying and hip hop. To Kelly Bright and Kevin Clifton after samba to Boom, Shake the Room. You flew across the floor like a rampant crab. to Gleb Savchenko after his and Anita Rani's American Smooth to Unchained Melody. And for me, you can't waft enough to Alison Hammond dancing to Kate Bush for a Halloween special. Well, those are some of the acid tongue remarks that he made, all in good fun. And he was such a nice man. Nobody could take offense. So there's a couple of photographs of him. He apparently Queen Camilla was a big fan and spent some time with him. A cheeky routine. Len with his dance partner and first wife Sherry, and his angel Len with wife Sue, who kept him grounded. So that was Len Goodman. Now sadly taken from us. Why eating chips could leave you feeling depressed. It's very, very popular pastime. Eating too many chips and fry-ups can make you anxious or depressed, a study has suggested. Researchers studied over 140,000 people in the UK who filled out questionnaires on what they had eaten in the previous 24 hours. These people were monitored for 11 years to see if they showed any symptoms of anxiety or depression. Well, they are. Eating chips could make you depressed. You either take risk and become depressed, or you've got to stop doing what's one of the things that you really, really enjoy doing, eating bloody chips. Let's see if there are other things inside. Let's see. Alzheimer's hope as a jab can silence a harmful gene. I've been rabbiting on about getting support, even if it's an emotional support, for Parkinson's, because I've got Parkinson's. Alzheimer's, of course, is also a terribly dreaded disease, and experts have hailed a significant step forward in the quest for an Alzheimer's treatment after a drug was found to create tau is one of the main proteins. Well, so I'm reading a bit here about the Alzheimer's bit. I don't know that it's quite the breakthrough that it was supposed to be. One more the change of the page, and then it actually is 10:43, and we will knock it on the head 15 minutes early this morning, because I really don't want to put you through the misery of some of the really good stuff that we've got. That leaves you resentful that you want to see what the hell's going on. The court fight to block Rwanda flights it goes on. That's a never-ending story, and in the meantime, thousands more flood into the UK. And the fact of the matter is, it's a question of what's legal and what's not. And it does seem to me that we have had past leaders, so-called leaders, who have got the legislation into such a muck, trying hard to give exemptions to the rule, that now we don't know who's coming in under what guise, and whether they are good for the country, bad for the country, or in between for the country. And I'm sorry, but you really can't take a chance when you're in that situation. I think what you have to do is to say, this on the probabilities that face us is something that could be harmful, and therefore we've got to tackle it. And if some good people get hurt or don't see the objectives which they set out to get, what we just have to accept. That's the way life is, and settle for it. Now I'm beginning to ramble, and when I'm rambling, it's because, of course, I get up very early in the morning, and look at me. I'm not quite young enough to be a happy bunny for the whole of the time. Although most people can't stand me first thing in the morning because I'm a pain in the ass, much more so than late on in the afternoon when my eyes really begin to close. But sometimes I just need that little hour of sustenance to get me going and keep me going. I've reached that point. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to thank you very much for being with us. We had an interesting morning in some ways. And I would like to have kept it on for the full 3 hours. Not going to happen. So it's now 10:46. It is 7 degrees centigrade. And so 7 degrees centigrade is that the temperature is really climbing very slowly. So this is the weather forecast. Be careful, it's being a bit slow, or slower than it normally does for the weather.
I know you live every day like it's
Well, that's it for this morning. And I had lots more interesting stuff to show you. I'm not taking the chance. We will be back tomorrow. It's Wednesday, is it not? It is. And we are going to follow up on the North Street Quarter, as they call it, and the development. We have pointed out some things which we feel need a reply. We've asked the politicians to come on, not really, but we have got a critic who is going to be interviewed by Stuart Dolby, and he also will be along with Energy Matters. So until tomorrow, and apologies for a little bit of a letdown today. This is Keith Hayes, Mirador Television, broadcasting from the White Hart Hotel. See you then.
Thank you.